The May content update is finally here. I'm going to go over all the raid bosses for May, plus the raid and spotlight hours, all the events we know about, plus the meta relevancy for those raid bosses, including the new Ultra Beast releases. So let's get into it, starting with the mega raids. First, on May 2nd to May 16th, we're going to have Mega Alakazam, and then May 16th to May 23rd, we're going to have Mega Gyarados, and then May 23rd to June 1st, we're going to have Mega Pidgeot. Then in the 5-star raids, we are going to have our next and final Tapu, and that is Tapu Fini from May 2nd to May 16th, and then we'll have Regirock from May 16th to May 23rd, and then we will have Blacephalon in the Western Hemisphere from May 23rd to June 1st, and during that same time in the Eastern Hemisphere, you will get Stakataka. Now Tapu Fini, like the other Tapus before it, will know the legacy move Nature's Madness, and also note that the 2 new Ultra Beast releases cannot be shiny. We will have to wait till Go Fest to be able to shiny hunt Blacephalon and Stakataka. And then in the legendary Shadow raids on the weekend, we are going to have Shadow Suicune making its debut, and it can be shiny. So if you've been shiny hunting those legendary cats, you might want to make some time during a few of these weekends in May to go out and hunt that one. Okay, let's move on to the raid hours, spotlight hours, and the events that we know about, starting with the raid hours that happen from 6 to 7 p.m. local time every Wednesday. The first one on May 1st is going to be Registeel, and then on May 8th and May 15th, we are going to have Tapu Fini, and then on May 22nd will be Regirock, and then May 29th, if you're in the Western Hemisphere, you will get Blacephalon, or if you're in the Eastern Hemisphere, you will get Stakataka for that final raid hour in May. All right, next up, let's talk about the spotlight hours, which happen every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m., where a single or a small group of Pokemon are featured for 1 hour. First spotlight hour will be on May 7th, and we will have Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee with 2x Transfer Candy. And then on May 14th, we're going to have Abra with 2x Evolution XP. And then on May 21st, it will be Elgium with 2x Catch Stardust. And then finally, we will have Marini on May 28th with 2x Catch XP. And keep in mind, all of those can be shiny except for Marini. All right, next up, let's move on to the events that we know about for May, starting with Go Battle Weekend on May 4th and 5th. Here, you're going to get 100 battles each of those days for a total of 200. You'll also get 4x Stardust rewards, and then a free timed research that will get you an avatar item. And then starting that same day on May 4th and running to May 9th will be Rivals Week, featuring lots of great PvP Pokemon. I will make a full event guide video on that event, so stay tuned for that one coming up later this week. But following that, on May 11th, we will have the Flock Together Research Day from 2 to 5 p.m. So that'll be probably something similar to that Electric Research Day event we had, but this one probably featuring flying types or birds of some kind. Then on May 14th to May 19th will be a Catching Wonders event. Then on May 19th, we will have May Community Day from 2 to 5 p.m. Now the guesses for this were Poplio, because we've had the other Alolan starters with Litten and Rowlet. There was a little bit of a snafu on the Pokemon Go website where Drillbur was put in this position in the season update. However, it was quickly taken down, but yeah, it's probably either going to be one of those two, either Poplio or Drillbur. And then on May 23rd to May 28th, we're going to have the Ultra Space Wonders event. That Ultra Space Wonders name definitely makes me think this is going to be something related to Ultra Beasts, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what that's going to be. And then finally on May 26th, we're going to have an Incense Day starting at 11 a.m. and running to 5 p.m. So if any of those events look interesting to you, definitely mark them in your calendar. All right, now let's talk about a couple research that we know are going to be released. First up is the Diancie special research story. So for any of us that did not get a Diancie from GoFest last year, this will be our chance to get it. Everybody will get this for free, and it is a special research, so it is not timed, which means it will not expire. You can work through it at your own pace. And if you did already get a Diancie from GoFest last year, then instead of another Diancie encounter, you will get 25 Diancie candies. These are the research tasks up on screen now. As you can see, there are a lot of tasks that require you to power up Pokemon, so I recommend saving any Pokemon you were planning on powering up and do it incrementally for this research as you hit each power-up task, especially if they are lucky, as this will save you on Stardust. And then looking at the field research tasks, there are also power-up quests to get Diancie Mega Energy. You do get enough from the research to Mega Evolve it, so you don't technically need any more, but it's always good to have extra on hand in case you don't want to wait for the cooldown. So you might want to stack these tasks with the special research tasks and put those power-ups to the most efficient use. Now, the other research I'm going to talk about here is the Wonder Ticket research. So the third part of that will release in May. You will get an encounter with another Poi Claypole, as well as some other Pokemon along the way. And you'll also get 1 Star Piece, 1 Lucky Egg, 1 Poffin, 1 Premium Battle Pass, and 1 Incense. Now, if you didn't buy the Wonder Ticket when it first came out and you were thinking about it, you will still get the first 2 parts to complete, as well as the 3rd part. Just keep in mind that you have to complete all 3 parts and claim the rewards before June 14th, as that is when this timed research will expire. All right, that's it for the update. Now let's talk a little bit of meta relevancy for those raid bosses, starting with Tapu Fini. Now, Tapu Fini is not great as a water or fairy type raid attacker. However, it is a beast in PvP, ranking the highest in Ultra League at about 15, then Master League at 74, and it can also be a spicy pick for Great League as well. And Nature's Madness will definitely be an improvement for all leagues. We also have Regirock, which is another PvP beast, ranking number 85 in the Great League, number 20 in the Ultra League, and number 68 as a Shadow, or number 76 as a non-Shadow in the Master League. Mega Alakazam will also be out in the Mega Raids, and it is the number 2 Psychic type raid attacker, and currently the best Psychic type Mega until Mega Mewtwo X and Y are released. Then we have Mega Gyarados, which is the number 5 Water type raid attacker and the number 6 Dark type raid attacker. And regular Gyarados can also be run in Ultra and Master League as well, although the Shadow ranks higher in both, and you can't get good PvP IVs for Ultra League from raids. You can get good Master League IVs though, and the non-Shadow only ranks a bit lower, so you can totally run the non-Shadow variant in Master League. Another good Mega out during this month will be Mega Pidgeot, which is the number 7 Flying type raid attacker, and the number 2 Flying Mega with the Legacy Fast Move Gust. But Air Slash can also be used, but it drops its DPS by 1 point. However, the number 1 Flying Mega is Rayquaza, so Mega Pidgeot is severely outclassed by Mega Ray in that regards. However, Mega Pidgeot is still a good flying type raid attacker to have if you don't have a Mega Ray, as we don't know how long it will be until Mega Ray makes its return. And then in terms of PvP, Pidgeot ranks number 8 in the Ultra League and number 53 as a Shadow in Great League, or number 81 as a non-Shadow, but generally you want the Legacy move Wing Attack, and again, you won't be able to get good PvP IVs from these raids. All right, Shadow Suicune will also be out, and to be honest, it is not really super meta relevant. It ranks about 123 in the Master League, so this one is really more of a shiny hunt, but it is a really cool looking shiny, and I think it'll look great with that purple smoke on it as well as a Shadow. So yeah, definitely a good shiny to hunt, but not something that's super meta relevant. All right, now let's talk about the new Ultra Beast that will be debuting in Pokemon Go this month, starting with Blacephalon, which will be in the Western Hemisphere and is a Ghost Fire type with the base stats of 315 for attack, 148 for defense, 142 for stamina, and a max CP of 3,727. Now, as a Fire type raid attacker, it ranks number 18, so not great. And then as a Ghost, it ranks about number 6. Now, if you are in need of a Fire type raid attacker, Blacephalon can fill in. Just don't spend too much on it in terms of Stardust, because plenty of other better Fire types will fill your roster soon enough. Now, in terms of a Ghost type, it is the 2nd best non-Mega, non-Shadow, and number 6 overall, so definitely worth it if you need Ghost type raid attackers. Just keep in mind that Ghost type raid attackers are not the most useful in Pokemon Go because you don't end up using them a lot. All right, now let's talk about Stakataka, which is a Rock Steel type with the base stats of 213 for attack, 298 for defense, a stamina of 156, and a max CP of 3,724. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to have much meta relevancy either as a raid attacker or in PvP, so you might want to wait until Go Fest when the shiny will be available. However, you could also raid Stakataka now for the candies, but again, it won't be super useful, so unless you really want to power up a shiny to 50 for some reason, maybe it's your favorite Pokemon, something like that, but for most of us, yeah, this is not going to be a super useful one to raid. All right, everybody, that's it for the May content update. If you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button and subscribing for more Pokemon Go news, tips, and live streams. If you want more Pokemon Go content right now, check out one of the videos on screen. Happy hunting, everybody. I wish you much shiny luck for the month of May, and we'll see you in the next one, friends.
I've got something incredibly funky.